At least this mission will be a straightforward one.
Huh. I don't know about your dimension, but out here, things never go according to plan. Improvisation is a skill you learn very fast.
I also have a talent for improvisation.
Well, I can't wait to see you in action. Let's get some phase.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. We are on Torren 4. I hope that's the name of the planet anyway. And we are finding the fixer. So in the previous planet, we picked up the phase quartz, but it got shattered, and now we have to find a guy who can fix it. So we're going to come on over to Torren 4, which seems to be a very canyon and desert planet. And it's probably a combination of me just... because a lot of these planets have showed up in the previous games. So I think it's a combination of me just having not played the other Ratchet and Clanks in a really long time, and also just how absurdly well detailed this game is, that I really don't recognize half of the worlds at all. I don't recognize Torren 4 whatsoever. So if we come on over to these booster pads, we can ride along the walls, and there's a pretty easy to get gold bolt here. And as I've mentioned before, if you collect enough of these, you can get infinite ammo and infinite health, and they do not affect your trophy collection whatsoever. Before, I was not sure, but now I am sure that those two things, if you decide to turn on those cheats, aren't going to make a difference. You can play the whole game on the hardest difficulty with infinite health and still get all the trophies and everything, no problem. So there's that. Here's a city. There is a craggy bear inside of here, and if I walk past it, I'll try to point it out. First, we're going to head on over to the right side, maybe. Maybe not. And then I think I may actually end up talking to that. Okay, there it is, right? There's a craggy bear. I saw it, but then totally skipped it. Anyway, we're going to talk to the robot, and I'm going to skip all that because it's just kind of boring. You know, upgrade your weapons in the normal fashion that you always do. I finally upgraded Mr. Fun Guy, and I am now allowed to have 2 of him up.
New tourists? Welcome to the jewel of our galaxy. Please, enjoy yourselves. Did you know Molinoff means paradise in Junkish?
Is the fixer on this planet?
He most definitely is. Great guy, the best, and single, if either of you are interested.
We were told that he can fix phase quartz.
Phase quartz, blaze quartz, any quartz, anything! But, we've been having trouble with pirates, so we asked him to help because, you know, he's a big guy. But after a few days of totally crushing them, he just, broke.
Perhaps we could fix him.
You two look like you could straighten him out in a Molinoff minute. But the path to him was destroyed in the last pirate raid, so you'll need a hurl shot. Oh, and I saw one in the smelting pits further ahead. Lucky you.
Kind of funny is I actually remember when I played this level, that guy's cutscene caught me off guard, and when I was narrating this video, it also caught me off guard. It just kind of abruptly takes you into the cutscene when you get somewhat close to him. So as I said, I finally managed to upgrade Mr. Fun Guy to where I'm allowed to have 2 of him up now, and that makes him extremely helpful. Okay, so we are now going to be heading on over to the fixer. We got a brief glimpse at the guy, and he's a gigantic robot, so we got to figure out how we can get him fixed, I guess. I think that got mentioned. I hope it did. Otherwise, spoiler alert, we got to fix the fixer, maybe, and see if he can actually fix our phase quartz for us. But first, we got to make it through the planet, so we're going to run into some more local enemies. And when you start collecting armor pieces, if you ever push the start button, or whatever they call it now, the menu button, then you'll notice that some of the armor descriptions will tell you what kind of armor or what kind of damage that they reduce. And if they say things like local enemies or like local something or other, something like that, I forgot the exact wording, then that will include those little pincher guys that keep attacking me. And if it says stuff like robots, obviously that's robots. And if it's other things, then it'll be the other things. But anyway, we're going to use the lightning rod to take out a lot of these stupid bugs. I still really hate them, just without fail. I seem to take so much damage because of them. But the lightning rod does chain very easily from bug to bug, so if you have enough ammo anyway, they are really weak to it, or they seem really weak. But I ran out of ammo, so I'm going to use the blast pistol just because it has a pretty long range, and we can finally kill them all there. This is a game that loves to send enemies at you once you clear out a certain amount of them. So especially with those bugs, every single time I feel like, okay, good, I finally have a lot of the bugs dead, then a bunch more of them pop up. But this area, there's not really that many there, and there is some health that we can pick up, so it's really not too big of a deal. So I think we need to go on down the railing, but I'm going to check what's down here on the left side first. So I think there's just some boxes and maybe, yeah, raritanium over there. I don't think there's a whole lot over here. It's always worth going out of your way to get raritanium. You mostly get it from boxes. You almost always get a pretty big chunk of it from bosses too. And of course, being a platformer, there are still areas that you just cannot climb on. There are invisible walls, and it always bugs me when games like these do that. But hey, what can you do? Alright, so now we're going to jump on the railing. Apparently, you can slaughter those flies or bugs or whatever they were with your hammer if you want to. Bats, I think they were. And then we're going to try to whack some of that raritanium and try not to get hit by the rail cart, which I think that hit me anyway. No big deal. I didn't die, so what do I care? Jump on over to the left, back to the right, blah, blah, blah. You've done this before. I think there's a golden bolt here, and I think I end up getting it. We'll see once we kind of go down the railing. Jump on over to the right there. Almost missed that one. And I'm not sure if I get the golden bolt. Yeah, there it is to the left side. Okay, so if we warp on over, then we can grab it. So pretty easy to grab gold bolt. I think that's like 2 in this video now. Very easy to grab, and there we go. There's really no reason to get them if you're someone who's not going to turn on cheats, and there's no trophy for collecting all 25 for some reason. Like, I thought for sure they'd have a trophy for that, but no, they don't. So there's really no reason to get all the gold bolts unless you just want to say that you did it, or you really want infinite health. And then we can finally make it to the other end of the rail. Come on down this giant tube, and then I think there's a shortcut scene.
Our time has finally come! Let us plunder like mad and go break bad, for the fixer is all but done!
Look here, mateys, this looks useful. In fact, I've a notion that it be crucial.
It seems fate has brought us together again, ma petite rivette.
Guess fate really loves seeing you get your butt kicked, Pierre.
Ah! Yoo-hoo! Pirate mateys, attack!
Pirates yet again. We deal with some of these pirates. We have seen that guy before, and we're going to see him again. So get used to his face. But now we actually have some new enemies for once. And these are somewhat challenging compared to the other enemies in the game. They are robots with shields, and the shields are very, very strong. And they have these pretty long-reaching swords, as you are seeing right there with me getting hit 3 times with almost no effort whatsoever. So you can eventually destroy their shields, but it's way more effective for you to just get behind them in some way. And the pirate shields are absolutely perfect for the topiary sprinkler. There might actually be a chance that I die here and I didn't cut it out. Maybe not. I guess we'll find out. But anyway, the topiary sprinkler is amazing for the pirate shields because when you put it down, the sprinkler will freeze them in place and let you get behind them to do whatever you want to them. The shields seem to be immune to pretty much everything. I think I've shot the giant rocket launcher at these guys later near the end of the game, and they didn't care at all. Maybe the rhino? Maybe they care a little bit about the rhino, but I'm not sure. The shields are pretty dang tough, so it's really just way better for you to try to get behind them. And especially in this area, it's way better for you to try to kill all the shields first, and I'm really having a lot more projectile guys right now, so I'm going to be trying to deal with those, and there's still one shield guy left. He's not really going to be too big of a deal. His shield broke right away, and then we're going to get a few more pirates, and I'm also kind of just starting to run out of ammo now. And the negation collider isn't really going to help me out too much with this guy's shield either, and I think I might have to start looking around for ammo, or maybe I just start figuring out. There we go. I finally figure out I can use the topiary sprinkler and then whack him away with the enforcer. As you can see, it is a great weapon, that sprinkler. I love it, and I really didn't realize its full abilities until probably the later 25% of the game. Anyway, with those guys dead, it's just going to be a matter of these weaker ones, and the enemies are starting to get stronger, so they are starting to survive a few more hits. Man, I hate the ricochet, but it's almost the only option that I had at the time. And then that's it for all the enemies, which kind of surprised me. I thought there were going to be a few more. Actually, it may not be all of them yet. Yeah, no, it is. That was all of them. Okay. Yeah, I thought there were going to be more. I was a little bit surprised that was all the enemies over there. And then we're going to head on toward our objective and then get ready for the next video, which is where we actually meet the Enforcer. But there's some pretty long cutscenes in the next video, so I don't know how much talking I'll be doing.